Mr. Rodrygo. You see, in life, we don't always get what we want, and we don't always get to be where we want to be. You have to make that hard decision, bro. You have no future at Real Madrid, and it's about putting you first and putting yourself in the best possible position to succeed. And that ends at Real Madrid. Pick a damn club. So let's just do a little bit of reading here, shall we? So direct meeting for Rodrygo's future will take place next week, as Real Madrid are open to letting him leave. Real will leave the final decision to the Brazilian. Rodrygo wants to join Al Nassr, never a topic of any negotiation, despite reports full focus on Europe. So Cristiano ends getting that dude, man. So before we look at the possibilities, let's really dissect. Sorry, this whole Rodrygo thing, man. You see, Rodrygo loves Real Madrid, and he will fight to stay here. He's Brazilian. He knows the link of Brazil to Real Madrid. So we have that. Screw all that. We don't live in an ideal world, we live in the real world. And let's just stop being Disney Plus here. Rodrygo, this is the reality here. Mbappe's here. Vini's here. As what has been seen, you're now seeing how key your boy Guler has been. And also, the proof is in the damn okra soup. Exhibit A. Rodrygo has played just 30 minutes as a substitute in the past 5 games for Real Madrid. So 25 minutes against Real Salzburg, 5 minutes against Dortmund, and he did not play a single minute against PSG. So, and do you know what the funny thing about the PSG thing is? He actually posted like a tweet gearing up for the PSG game on his personal Twitter, and he was not even used. So what you're being told here is Xabi Alonso doesn't see a future for you. And it is obvious with the way Gule has played and the way that he's been used, Xabi Alonso views Gule ahead of him. Simple as that. It's a new manager, it's a new coach who has new ideas. And for his ideas, you're simply not in his plans. So this is the worst thing that Rodrygo could do. The worst thing he could do is, challenge accepted. I'm going to work twice as hard in training, and I'm going to prove to Xabi Alonso that I deserve to be part of this club. That would be stupid. That would be dumb, and Rodrygo would be a moron if he did that. Because what Rodrygo needs to understand is the larger area here, where you need to be playing on the left. You need to be played in your strongest position. And you need to try and reach the potential and the best of your abilities. No football player can ever reach the best of his abilities if he's played out of position or not in his strongest position. You can only reach your full potential played in your strongest position. Rodrygo is not playing on the left. That's just not happening. So that's the key. He's not playing on the left. That's not even happening. To get into this team, with what Xabi Alonso is trying to do, I think it's going to be even hard as well. So you will be a glorified sub. So Rodrygo needs to simply accept that I'm not going to be part of Real Madrid. And this is even a key thing here. Rodrygo, what is more important? Caring about number one, which is you, or just being at Real Madrid? What's more important? That you are appreciated for your talents, or you say Real Madrid? Great saying. Go where you're celebrated, not where you are tolerated. As of right now, and for the past few seasons, you have been tolerated at Real Madrid, but you've not been celebrated. You've not been seen as a huge star. People say, Rodrygo, yeah, he's good, muy bien, amigo. Well, Bellingham gets more praise. Vini gets more praise. See, I think Jose got more praise. Couture gets more praise. Carvajal gets more praise. Modric. So there's so many guys that are praised far more than you. And you're like, yeah, oh no, you're a good squad player. You're a good addition. Thank you. For anybody who takes themselves seriously, you want to be fully appreciated for your talents. And here's the thing. And I'll say something pretty crazy here. I share this on Talking Side to show you boy Dan Dandanity. If you look at all three players, Rodrygo, Mbappe, and Vini, I think that Rodrygo is the most efficient, effective dribbler out of those three. I think that if Rodrygo got a full running on that left-hand side, you may be surprised by how much better he would look on that flank than Mbappe and Vini. The thing about Mbappe is, it's Mbappe, Messi's daddy, goal scorer, it is what it is, impact player, big game player. If you look at Vini, he combines the dribbling and the goal scoring as well. But I've always said that as far as a more refined dribbler, I think Rodrygo is a more refined footballer than Vinicius. Just that Vinicius is much more explosive, and Vinicius's highs are greater than Rodrygo's highs. But I think Rodrygo is just far more consistent and far more efficient on a weekly basis than, let's say, Vini would. And that's Rodrygo doing that out of position. So, my thing for Rodrygo here, you need to move on from Real Madrid and you need to put yourself first. Rather than, I love Real Madrid. And no. Face reality. You do not have a realistic future at Real Madrid. Unless you want to be a glorified sub, if you want to be a starter and fully appreciated, you need to leave Real Madrid. So, a few suggestions here. Now, I just saw a few and I'm going to run through. Unless he's psychotic, he joins United. That's the thing. If he's psychotic, he's on the Coots, he's on the Sconteriga, and he uses dirty needles, then he'd join Man United. A team that's almost got relegated, and a team that we now refer to as Manchester divided. 100% United would need him. I mean, if United got a hold of Rodrygo, it would be huge. Now, they already have Cunha, so Cunha has already joined. So maybe Brazilian link, but Rodrygo would be psychotic to join United because that project and the kind of issues that team has is not where Rodrygo needs to be. And Rodrygo joining United, he'd improve them, but that club and that team has so many issues that would just be far too problematic for a boy Rodrygo. So United would be a disaster. This would be good. I won't lie. This would be pretty good. This would be pretty good at PSG. One issue though. Who plays on the left? That would be your boy Kivica Kvaratskhelia. So for Rodrygo, you would not be a starter. So who plays on the right? Dembele. Who plays on the left? Kivica. So if everybody's fit, you're on the bench. Not ideal. Great club. Amazing club, superb project, one of the best coaches out there. But especially going into a World Cup season, you need to be a regular starter. And I almost forgot that. That's a very key thing that I forgot. This is a World Cup season. It is imperative that you're a starter. Yes, Ancelotti is the manager. Yes, Ancelotti is loyal to you, and Ancelotti is a loyalty merchant. But just to get into the right frame of mind, you need to be a starter. So at PSG, good product, but you not be a bona fide starter. Now this is where things get interesting. This works. I'll tell you why this works. Left-hand side. Rodrygo is better than Martinelli. Rodrygo is better than Trossard. And I do believe that Rodrygo joins, there's a good chance that he's a starter. You see, the issue with PSG is Kvaratskhelia is literally one of the best left wingers in the world. He literally is. Nobody is putting Martinelli as the best of anything. Nobody's putting Trossard as better than anything. They're good, they're decent. But for me, see, Kivica is better than Rodrygo. He simply is. Rodrygo is better than Martinelli. Rodrygo is better than Trossard. That is 100%. And unless Arteta is a psychopath who continually bangs his head against freaking pins and needles, Rodrygo would start ahead of Trossard and Martinelli. He simply would. So for Rodrygo, I think that this makes sense. This would be good. And you have a good club heading in the right direction that is actively trying to win a title that just got to the freaking UCL semis. This would actually be a really good product to work in, and it would actually allow you to now truly show yourself as a true bona fide superstar. So again, Arsenal sounds great. Boom, I'm Arsenal. There's one more. There is one more. And I think this is the daddy of them all. Again, I think Arsenal would be great and would be ideal, better than PSG, freaking United. But first of all, it benefits Rodrygo. You'd be a starter. It benefits Arsenal because now you have Saka on one flank, Rodrygo on another flank, potentially Gyökeres. Arsenal attack would be looking extremely good. Here's the thing. So let's do the math here. Nico Williams. Barca tried to go for Nico Williams. Nico Williams rejected it, stayed at Bilbao. Barca still looking for a left-sided player. Now we're hearing potentially they're not trying to go back in for Luis Diaz. So if you have a situation where Barca gets Luis Diaz, Liverpool get the money from Luis Diaz, and Liverpool now going for Rodrygo, this is the best option for Rodrygo. 100%. Because if Luis Diaz leaves, Rodrygo is the starter. And there are very few projects better than the Liverpool projects. Like literally, the only projects that are maybe better is the PSG project, but again, you're not a bona fide starter, and the Barca project. You can't go from Real to Barca. And based on how much Rodrygo loves Real Madrid, he would never join Barcelona. So the next best thing is Liverpool. And with them being title defenders, how good the project is, keeping Salah, keeping VVD, great manager, them getting vets, getting Frimpong, heading in the right direction. Superb product to go to. An absolutely superb product to go to. So really, I would actually say that this would actually make sense. It would actually make sense if he was actually to go and head over to Liverpool. And it would be a great, first of all, it would be a supremely amazing signing for Liverpool. Absolutely amazing. And for Rodrygo, this is what I'm trying to reiterate to him. You need to go to a club where you are a starter. Rodrygo, I promise you, you will never be a starter for Real Madrid. Never. It's never happening. When you just look at the names that they have and the amount of players that they have, he will not be a regular starter. You go to Liverpool, especially if they sell Luis Diaz, you will be a regular starter. And thus, we can truly believe what he can truly do. Because for how many years? Because Rodrygo been at Real Madrid, and for how long has he really been, oh, I'm that guy, and people are depending on you every single week for the best part of 10 months to really play. It's not how happened. You play a few games, you don't. Come on the bench, you don't. But I think what this Club World Cup showed was you were not part of the other plan. Like, see, you were part of the project, a respectable part of the project. Now you're not even part of that damn project. So you need to say what's up and say what's up to your boys and actually leave Real Madrid. And I think that Liverpool would be, Arsenal or Liverpool would be great. Either of those two would be great. What needs to happen is you need to leave Real Madrid. Because the worst thing is if Rodrygo gets in his mind that he needs to stay at Real Madrid and fight for his place, and he stays there and he hardly gets any minutes. Because if that happens, that's on you, bro. That's on you. I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know what he's gonna do. So I'm just here, just giving him some worthwhile advice. And the advice that I'm trying to give him is, bro, you have to realize that, you have to simply realize that, bro, you are not seen as a star for Real Madrid. And if you're Real, I'll be real with you. This is a loss. It's a lot. When you look at those UCL nights, and remember, I was right here, those famous nights, those UCL nights, and just what Rodrygo has provided. And you people keep to forget, this is a guy that's been played out of position. He is not a right winger. Remember, he's right-footed, inside forward, so he's really a left winger coming in on his right. So he's still been able to be efficient, being played out of position, and he's never had the chance to play in his strongest position just based on just what Vini has been doing, and now with the introduction of Mbappe. So I'll be real with you, for Real Madrid, they are losing a very good player. They're losing a very good player indeed. And if I'm Real, would you sell him? Here's this is the reality. If I'm Real, I don't sell him. But if I'm Rodrygo, I leave. So this is the dynamics. If I'm Real Madrid and Xabi Alonso, he is an extremely important squad player. Supremely important. Because that is just an extremely key weapon to have in your pockets. But if I'm Rodrygo, I'm like, either you promise me minutes and I have a valuable place in this team, and you promise me a real place in this team, or I'm gone. And if I was advising Rodrygo, I'm like, either you are promised proper minutes or you need to bounce. Simple as that. And if you're not promised proper minutes, you're out. You're out. So we wait and we seek where Rodrygo does. But again, it's a lesson of, especially in the club game where everyone is a mercenary, including clubs. Clubs are mercenaries, players have to be mercenaries. You have to put yourself first. Think about becoming a Football Hut member. If you're a desktop merchant, just click on the join button below, over here. Or if you're a mobile phone merchant, just click on the join button below the video over here and join the true elite content crack addicts. Peace.